So the second video I'm going to be filming today is going to be basically, because today is the 16th of October, and I already made one video today of me just basically saying that I was nervous for my road test, and this video is going to be like a kind of like a recap of my day and if I passed or failed my test. And so I will get back and explain in detail of what went on and if I passed or failed my test. Okay? I love how I just like be like, okay, like you can respond back to me when it's a video. I don't know I got in the habit of doing that, mainly because I was thinking about what I was gonna say before I started recording. But now I'm recording, it's like I can't even think of what I'm gonna say. But getting to the point, I did pass my road test. It was very easy to a point, but I was very nervous, which made me very aware of everything I was doing and all like the where my hands were. It made me very aware of everything. So if you're nervous for your road test or anything of that sort, driving, you're probably going to be a really good driver if you're nervous, because you're going to be aware of things, because you probably don't want to get into an accident, which is a good thing if you don't want to get into an accident. But um, but anyways, I got my license and I passed. So, I bet you're wondering what I had to do in my road test. Well, if you really want to know, do you? Really, do you? Sorry, I'm not going to be creepy anymore. That was really weird. But anyways, this is going to be very simple. There was three people. Three, teenage people going to go for the road test. And I was second. There was a girl before me and a boy after me. And the girl went and she passed. And so she was okay, and she went back into the place after a while, the R&V. And then I was up. The guy comes over and says, "Do you know your hand signals?" I said, "Yes." And then he said, "Show me." Basically, it's very simple. If you don't know your hand signals, it's very simple. It's up, basically having your left hand up. So your left hand up, you point it up for right, point it this way for left, and you point it down like this. I can't really show you because it's like, yeah, like that. But you have to point it like all the way down. I can't show you unless if I'm standing up, and I don't want to stand up. But you do that, but pointing it down like that is slow down or stop. And I said that. I said, yeah, I know what they are. And I explained it, what I was doing. I said right, left, and slow down or stop. And so he's like, okay, you know that. And then he got in the car and he checked like the emergency brake. And then he checked, I think he checked the seat or something. I forget. He was checking the car out. He's like, I'm gonna check all this out and see what is, yeah. Um, it's a good thing my mom cleaned the car the day before, because it was dirty before. Dirty car. Ew. Because my little brother likes to eat food in the car, so it was pretty dirty. Ew. Anyways, besides the dirty car, he got in the car and checked all the stuff. Then he said, "Okay, pull out and then basically go right out of the parking lot." So I do that. I stop at the stop sign and then I go a little bit further and go right. And then he said, "Keep on going right," because it was like a fork. Well, kind of, yeah, fork. Yeah, fork in the road, I think. That's what you call it. Basically, there's a one-way street, and then there's another way, which is the right way. Well, not the right way, but like on the right. It's hard to explain if you don't know what I'm talking about, because where I live, it's like, I don't know. Anyways, I went right. So besides the point of everything else, I went right, and then I stopped at the stop sign a little bit ways down the street. Then he said, "Go right." So I went right after I stopped the stop sign, and then he said, "Go left, the first left that you can take." So then I said, "Okay." So then I took a left, and then he said, I think he said a little bit further up, he said to do a parallel park, basically do park behind somebody. So he said do a parallel park on a certain car. So I did that. I started to do it. And when I was diagonal, so if I'm like this, right next to a car, just parallel to a car, I started going backwards, and I was like this. I was diagonal, he said, okay, keep on going. You already know what you're doing. So I didn't even have to finish what I was doing, and he said, keep on going. So what I did was I put it in drive, put my blinker on, looked really quickly. He thought that I didn't look, and he said, did you look? I'm like, yeah, I looked in the rearview mirror. And he's like, oh, okay. He wanted to make sure I was looking. So I put the blinker on and went out, around the car the right way. And then we went out a little bit further, and I took a left. See, I remember these things really weirdly. Like, I remember every little detail of certain things I probably, should not remember, but I remember the way that we went. Really weird. Then we went left, and then he said, pull over there. And I said, okay. So I pulled over. It took me a little while to pull over because I was like, I didn't know really exactly where to stop. So I kind of like went a little bit further, a little bit further. So then finally, after a while, I stopped. And then he said, do you know how, he said, back up, and I think he said back up in a straight line. So then I did that. And then he said, do you know how to do a 3-point turn? Which a 3-point turn, I think I said that wrong. I don't know. I'm really over analyzing everything in my mind. But, I'm trying to think. Basically, what a 3-point turn is, it's hard to explain it if you don't know exactly what it is already. It's weird. I don't know. This makes no sense. But, I know, I'm very weird. Just forgive my weirdness. I'm just, I'm a weird person. But everybody's weird, okay? Everybody's weird. Everybody has their weirdness. Basically, a 3-point turn is you pull over to the side of the road, you put your left blinker on, you turn the wheel all the way to the left, okay? All the way to the left. Then, after you turn it all the way to the left, you go all the way out, so you just turn the car that way. So say if you're like right this, you turn the wheel all the way to the left, so then once you have it all the way to the left, you're going to turn the car like this, and then you're going to put it in reverse, and then back up to like this, and then you're going to go drive, and then you're going to go like that. Basically turning around the car and just driving afterwards. So that's basically what I did, and he said, okay, you know how to do that. And that's what we did. Then, but when we took the left to do the 3-point turn, I hesitated because somebody was letting me go because I was at a stop sign. And the guy was letting me go. This guy in a truck, a white truck. I don't know why I remember that. And so he was letting me go. I said, that was very nice, but I was hesitating. I thought that I wasn't supposed to go. So the driver instructor, the guy that was basically quizzing me on my driving skills, he said, you can go, he's letting you go. And then afterwards, he kind of gave me a little speech about, when somebody's letting you go, you should go because it's their kindness. You should take their kindness and just go. And I said, okay. So I was a little bit, hesitating on that. And as you know, I passed because I did everything okay and everything, very, very decently, I guess you could say. Very decently, yeah. Very decently. Anyways, I'm gonna get more to my story about my license and everything else, what I did and whatnot. So, yeah, give me a moment. I need to take a little drink and then I'll come back to you. So, after my road test, the boy won. And let's just say he failed. So, 2 out of 3 passed. Or, shall I say, 1 out of 3 failed. But, I don't know if that's correct, but, it was true in this case. That boy did not pass. So, kind of sucks for him. But, he was really, really cocky, and my mom was trying to give him kind of advice, and he didn't take it, I guess, because he failed. Or he just panicked or something way worse than anybody else and just messed up or something. Or people at the RMV is just way harsh on boys. I don't know. It could be any of the things. It could be even something completely different. I don't know. I wasn't in their car. But anyways. After all this happened, we went back to we went back to my mom's. In the beginning of the day, I forgot to mention, I dropped my little brother, Evan, off at daycare. I missed him. He didn't say goodbye to me. Both times I saw him. Anyways, I miss him right now. I want to go see him. I'll see him tomorrow, though, because I have to go to do some things tomorrow. So, anyways, getting back to my story. After a while, I went over to my dad's house and hung out with my dad's girlfriend slash fiance, whatever. I have no clue. I just call her Jody because that's her name. It's Jody. And so then after a while, me and Jody picked up my little sister Taylin, and we went to the doctor for Taylin, and she grew 3 inches, which is really cool. She's getting taller. She's growing. But anyways, then I don't know. Basically, after a while, my little brother and my little sister were always at my dad's, because after a while they came home and I got to see them. And then we went to the store with Taylin. Me and Jody went to the store with Taylin. Oh my god, that girl is crazy. She's hyper. Like, really hyper. Like, she was jumping on me. She was like, pick me up, pick me up. And she's 6 years old, okay? She's 6 years old. I have no clue how much she weighs, but she's 6 years old. And she was jumping all over me. And, I was like, oh my god, what are you doing? And so I picked her up and I was holding her. She was like a monkey on me. I was like, what are you doing? It's like, what are you doing? And it actually kind of hurt after a while, but, that's besides the point. What else? I have no clue. Anyways, besides all that other stuff, my day was pretty interesting. Not the best day in the world, but wasn't the worst. Blah, blah. Yeah, I'm yawning. And then after a while, I was texting my friend. My friend was like, oh yeah, we could hang out sometime, whatnot. Then my dad said, he gave me a little speech, and he said, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told your brother, my older brother, because my older brother is 19, and he has his license. But me and my older brother are completely 2 different people, and trust me, I'll explain why. This video might be long, it might be 15 minutes long, I'm not sure. But he said, I will let you borrow the cars, because he has 2 cars. He has a truck and a Jeep. He used to have a Tahoe too, but he has just a truck and a Jeep now. So he used to have 3 cars. He said that I could borrow the Jeep in the summer, I guess, but he has to fix it first because I guess the gas line blew or something like. I think it was a gas line because he said that he found a big puddle of gas. So if any of you car head people, motor head people out there, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the gas line, blah blah, gas everywhere, not good. So he said that I would have to get used to it though because the Jeep doesn't have power steering, I think it's called, or I think that's what it's called. Where like if you turn the wheel, it'll come back, I guess. I think it's called power steering. I don't know too much about cars, but I do know I like Jeeps. So if I can, borrow the Jeep in the summer and whatnot, that'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Until, I get my own car. I don't know, because my dad said that, I don't know if it's true, but he said that he would get me a car if I got a job, which, that wouldn't be a bad idea, but, I was gonna make the beginning of the video be like that, and be like, that's the face of somebody that just got their license. So, anyways, my dad actually let me borrow the car tonight, and he said you can drive wherever you want to drive, and come back before it's time to bring you back home. So he let me drive. It was around like 7, I think, and so I drove a little bit. I drove to Trukey's, if you know what that is. Probably don't know what the hell that is. It's a grocery store. And I parked right in front of this other store right next to Trukey's. It's called A1, I think. And I just parked right in front of it, and I was like, okay, now I'm going to think of somewhere to go. So I was like, I'm thinking, my little brother Evan. So I was like, yeah, I'll head that way and see if I make it. But I was actually going to go in a circle first. I was going to, go in a circle, but, yeah. I was at like Hannaford's or something like that, and I was like, I have to go to the bathroom. So I was like, I'll go to my mom's house. I was going to go there anyways, but I was like, I definitely have to go there now. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go see what they're doing. I come to the house, they're reading a story. They're reading a story. Oh, everyone's reading a story. So silly. Anyways, besides the point, my dad let me borrow the car. I went from his house to my mom's house and back without damaging the car. Without damaging the car. So, thumbs up for me if you want. You don't have to thumbs up anything. But if you want to give me some support of getting my license, thumbs up the video and comment down below and I will reply back. And if you ever want to have somebody to chat with, if you're bored, I have Skype and I also have fingers to type to you. So if you only have like Messenger, then that's fine. Cause whatever. But I do like to video chat with people from all over the world. So wherever you live, I like to video chat with anybody. You know, I'm just a person that likes to talk a little bit to myself. Weird. Anyways, that's about it for my license story. Bye, because I have nothing else to say and I want to make another video. And I'll probably make it I don't know. It'll be a surprise which one goes first. I don't know.